fun, fashion, felines. Join spa living and style expert Candy Holladay as she trips through her days while trying to flourish, look fab and have a blast, even when life gets in her way. Let's make every day feel like a holiday.
Morning, y'all. Welcome to our first Primpcast that's coming to you live from my bathroom. Woohoo! How glamorous, right? It's actually something that y'all inspired me to do because a lot of y'all are always telling me that you listen to the show when you're getting ready in the morning. And something I'd like to do to learn different tips and tricks like for skincare and makeup and different things in the morning is watch YouTube videos. But it's so hard to get ready with a YouTube video. It's hard to watch and do it at the same time. So I came up with this idea because you can just listen along while you're getting ready in the morning and we can kind of get ready together. So grab your coffee or your tea or your smoothie or whatever libation you have to kick off your morning. And we're going to do a sunscreen application this morning. And sunscreen is near and dear to my heart because actually every member of my immediate family, my mom, my dad, and my brother, who is younger than I am, has had skin cancer. So putting my sunscreen armor to kind of protect my skin and protect my health against the sun is just super important to me. And, it just makes me feel more confident as I go about my day. And to me, that's what primping is really all about. Those things you do that kind of give you that extra little bit of happiness and confidence. So let's get started. Now in the show notes on lifesaholladay.com, I have a list if you want to stop the show right now and go check that out of everything that I'm using. The very first thing I do is I start with my body. And I do that so that it has the sunscreen has time to dry. Because, so you can get dressed, right? And I have done all my skincare, my moisturizers and lotions and stuff. I've done all that and that has all totally dried before I do my sunscreen. So what I like to do is start with the areas that I know that I will miss first. And I can tell you the reason why I know I have missed these areas in the past is that there are just these certain little spots on my body where I have more freckles. And I'm just oh, dang it, I do all these things, to protect my skin. So the very first place that I put my sunscreen is my feet. And I do the tops of my feet. I put it, right now I'm putting it all over the tops of my feet. So y'all just take your sunscreen. If you've got lotion or spray, it doesn't matter. You don't have to use exactly what I use. It's more where you put it and that you put, a good amount so that you're covering. So just do the tops of your feet. Don't forget the tops of your toes. We don't want those little piggies getting sunburned. And another spot is right around where your heel is. And kind of a bonus is when you get sunscreen back there too, is it keeps it nice and I've noticed it's smoother because my heels tend to get really icky from dancing and everything. And then I'm moving up my ankle. I don't know if y'all can hear that little squirt squirt. That's me spraying the sunscreen into my hand. So I go up the top of my leg. And I make sure to get my side. So I kind of do what I do is I kind of go from the ankle. So I go down to my top of my ankle and go up my shin bone. And then to the other side of my calf. That's my inside ankle. And then I go behind my ankle. And I just kind of using the ankles as the guideline so I don't miss any spots. Because I've noticed on the side, very, very side of my leg, I'll have a freckle or two there. And then I just go to the back. Just go up from your Achilles tendon, go to your knee. I kind of treat the knee separately. And then be sure to get the back of your knee. And then we're up to the thigh. I feel the thigh bone's connected to the hip bone kind of thing. But sorry to do some singing there. I have the absolute world's worst voice. But anyway, so we are at the top of the thigh. And what I do is now I use my knee as my guideline. And so then I go to the side, on either side of my knee, be sure that I get it all the way on that side, and I'm doing the inside part of my thigh, and now I'm going to the outside part of my thigh, kind of using that, once again, the knee as my guideline. And then I go to the back of my leg and just, rub it up the back of my leg from the very center, like the back of my knee, and then I'll do like each side of that center. So it's sort of like, if you can think about it like a fan. So what I'll do is I'll, pick, like the prominent bone or whatever, to start from the center of. So like when you're down at your feet, you start from the center of your shin, the shin bone. So go up the shin bone, then go to either side of the shin bone, then go, to your Achilles, starting at your ankles, and go to your Achilles, go up the back, and then fan it, and then the same thing for your knee. And do that as you do your thigh. And now I'm going to do the other side. So once again, I'm on the right leg now, with like y'all started with, but I just am applying to the top of my feet and my toes, and I do the toes first, and I even do in between the toes. I mean, because you just really want to be thorough, and so now I've done the top of my foot, and then I'm going around. See here, I nearly forgot. You go around to the back by your heel, making sure you get your ankle. And now we'll just like do up my shin bone, and then I'll go to either side of my shin bone to get that whole side of my leg. And I really like the spray. To me, it's easier to apply. It's kind of refreshing too, and I feel like it just sinks in faster. And so now we're on the back of your, where we went up above the Achilles tendon, and then go either side of the Achilles, so you be sure to get the sides there at the back, and then do Mr. Knee. I kind of feel like I'm giving an anatomy lesson, and I have to think about some of these parts are called as I'm telling y'all this. But anyway, so you get the knee, and then be sure you get the side and the back of the knee, then the thigh. So you want to do above the knee, kind of do your center strip or center stroke like above the knee, and then fan out either side of that, and be sure you get the whole side, the inside of your thigh too, for sure. And then go to the back, so behind your knee up, and then either side of that. There we go. And now your legs are looking all fab. And then next, I do my arms. And my arms, an area that I've discovered that I have been missing is the inside of my arm. Like literally turn your hand over so your palm's facing up, and then I just, I rub the sunscreen up the entire inside of my arm. And making sure that you get that part that's kind of like, that's, under your arm, like where your triceps are. I find that's one that's really easy to miss. And what then I do is like, so my arm's up, and then I bend, with my palm facing up, then I bend my arm, and I'll do that inside part there, that pops up, because I have had a crop of freckles come up there, so I know that I have been missing that one. And then I go to the front, and I do my fingers, the tops of my hands, and then go up my arm. And that's just go. What's kind of what I find is I like to do the lower half below my elbow. So I'll just do, from my hand to my elbow, and just once again, just making sure I got that little back part that's down there here by the elbow when you bend your arm up, and then do my shoulders and my upper arms. And make sure that you get that really good. Next, we'll just do the other arm. So do like the top of my hand, and then kind of going up above my wrist. This one's always hard. I always find it's this one thing about the spray, or even if you're doing lotion sunscreen, is like it's sometimes hard to do it with your non-dominant hand. So I'm trying to squirt that with my left hand and balance it. It's a little bit tricky sometimes. So anyway, so we are doing the inside of our left arm now, and just doing from the inside wrist up to like the underarms, and making sure that you get that up there. Then you bend your arm and be sure that you get that little part of your arm, that kind of, that's like your outside part, like when you're walking around. You see that. It's the part that people see that you don't see. So like the back of your arm that people see when you're walking around. And it's just so easy to miss that part. And then go to your top of your hand and, do up your arm to your elbows. Then I'm going above my elbow to the top of my shoulder. And like once you, get this down, you'll find it goes a lot quicker once you do it a few times. But it's just a matter of like remembering, like just remember, the areas that you are likely to forget. Those are the ones that you do first, so you don't forget those. And then I'm doing the top of my shoulder of my left arm, and then I'm going to do my chest. So we've got that, just all smoothed in. And make sure when you do your chest to kind of get that little top of your shoulders by your neck. Now I use the sunscreen that I use on my face. I use that same sunscreen on my neck. So we're not going to forget the neck, don't worry. So now that's all rubbed in. And now your back. And the back can be tricky. What I do is, I just spray it in my hands, and I kind of start at my lower back and then wipe it up my back, and then go over the top of my back, like under my hair. I pull my hair around to the front. If you have long hair, you might want to tie it up. I do some days while I'm doing this, so make sure I don't get sunscreen in my hair. But just, do the best you can do. If you have somebody around, a roommate or someone special, it's kind of fun to do your sunscreen on each other's back in the morning. Kind of like a little special time. Romantic grooming time. And so there you go. So body all done. And now that can dry while we do our face sunscreen. So I'll put that to the side so you don't hear the squirting anymore. And also something I always do before I use my sunscreen is I shake it up. So I've got my Neova Damage Control for the face. And what I like to do with this is I take it from the outside. So like your hairline forward, because that is, that's also another area where I've noticed that I've got like a few like more freckles that weren't there before. and I know that's just an easy area to miss, right? Because we tend to put things like on the center and then spread it outwards. Well, so I am going to work from my hairline. So I'm just going to my right temple, or actually, I'm doing the top of my forehead. So I go along the hairline of my forehead, and I sort of like draw like a little line with my sunscreen, and then I rub it towards the center of my face. And that way you're sure to get like every bit covered. And now when you see it starting to disappear into your face, use more. I usually like take a fingerful out of my hand and then, rub it along the hairline down towards my jawline and then rub it forward. And then as I see that starting to kind of disappear, then I take some more. I mean, don't be afraid to use your sunscreen. You bought it, use it. And so I just rub that all towards my nose on the right side. And so now I've got like I had to get a little bit more there to get my nose. I'm always like super detailed with my nose, big old nose here, catching the sun when I go out. And I don't put it above like the bone, your orbital bone that goes around your eye. I just be sure to get it like on that part. It's like your high cheekbone. I make sure to get it there because that's a spot that gets a lot of sun, especially when you're driving, depending what side of the car that you sit on when you drive and what country you're in. If you're in the UK, you're going to have it on the other side. And then I'm going to do the left side. So just taking a fingerful of sunscreen from my hand, and then I'm putting it all along my hairline, kind of just like finger painting, a little line along my hairline, all the way down to the center of my chin, the other center. So just along the outside of your face, and then rub that, blend that towards the center of my face. And see, I'm running out there again a little bit as I get towards the center. And so I'm just going to get some more. Put that on. Just rub that where it kind of, where the blended to. And go with my cheeks and my high cheekbone there near my eye. And then up to my nose. And then what I like to do is just take a little bit at the end, and I just kind of go down the center of my face, like so my forehead to the center above my lip and my chin, do a little, like a line of sunscreen there, and then I rub that in, blend that in to be sure that I got the center really good. And there you go. And I'll put some pictures up too on lifesaholladay.com of how I paint that, so you can kind of see how much. But it kind of looks almost like war paint, like a little a little stripe of sunscreen going down your face and around the outside when you put it on. And then I go down to my neck. So just go from your base of your neck, kind of like a little massage, just like rub it upwards up to your jawbone. And just make sure you get that little bit by your ears as well. And that usually, you get that when you're doing that, when you draw the line of sunscreen around the outside edge of your face. But just a little extra insurance, like around the ears is one of the most common places for people to miss. So, even do it like on your earlobes. Kind of nice, like a little ear massage. They always massage your ears like at facials. It's so nice at the end. Like they kind of do this like tug on your ears. It's kind of neat. It like signals, the end. So like you can even like tug your ear if you want and do your own little mini facial while you're doing your sunscreen. And there you go. So there's your face and neck and your bod all done, all ready to get out there and meet Mr. Sun. And then I'm going to do just my eyes. And the reason I do different eye is because I used to try to put lotion and it just gets into my eyes and made it burn really bad. So that's why I love this Color Science, this Unforgettable Powder, because this is made for your eyes. It's called Eye Screen. And what's great about this, though, is that it's sort of like an eyeshadow. Like you almost, you don't have to wear eyeshadow. You could wear this instead of eyeshadow. And it's just a loose powder. I use an eyeshadow brush actually to do it, and I use it as the base for my eyeshadow. Unless if I'm going to wear a primer, I put eyeshadow primer first on, and then I'll put this. But anyway, so just take a little bit on your brush, just like eyeshadow, and just put that all over your lid And I even go, under my brow bone and apply that. So we're doing the right eye right now. Just applying that. And something else that's really kind of cool about this is, I don't know if it really does anything, but I think it seems kind of neat like it does, is while you're putting this powder on your eyelid, sometimes little flakes might fall on top of your eyelashes. So then when you do your mascara, it's almost like you've got like a little bit of a like volume builder for your eyelashes with this powder on there. But you can just dust it off, dust it away. You don't have to leave it on there. And you want to be sure it doesn't get in your eyes anyway. So then we're going to do the left eye. So just shut your eyes and just put it on. And you can use like a big eyeshadow brush to do this too, just to make it really fast. And make sure you get, all there right under your eyebrow, and it just blends in. And so there you go. It's like your no makeup look. So that's your basic sunscreen application. And I do a few other things on certain days, because I'm me. Every day I take a sunscreen vitamin. It's called HelioCare. It has an herb in it, and it's supposed to help protect your skin further from the sun. I've been taking it for years, and I really like it. And then also, especially if I'm going to be at the beach or be outside a whole ton, I wear this summer protective fluid from Renee Furter Paris. It's like a lotion spray. You just spray it on your hair, and it's nice because it keeps it from getting all frizzy, and it's really light, and it smells really yummy, and I keep that in the fridge. And then even with my makeup, some of my makeup things, I'll do special, like if I'm, instead of wearing a foundation, especially if it's going to be a really hot sunny day, I'll wear Neova has their DNA damage control in a tinted formula, and I'll wear this over my Neova sunscreen. So instead of foundation, I wear this and kind of do like a little double layer. And then I also have this, it's actually the Laneige Cushion Concealer, and it has like this little spongy tip on top. It's an SPF 44, and it's just for like under your eye area. And so I'll put that like just right under my eyes, because I won't take like the lotion sunscreen like up above that like orbital bone that goes around my eye, but this you can. And so it, can kind of go where maybe if you have like a dark circle, heaven forbid, but it happens to the best of us, right? I'll just pop that on under that, and I carry this in my purse. So it's really nice because it gives you some, like, it makes you look a little fresher, and it protects your skin from the sun. You can't beat that. And the other thing that I always carry with me in my purse for sunscreen is the Shiseido Sun Compact. And they have limited edition little compacts. It's really great because it's like a foundation powder. And so you buy that, and then you buy the compact separate. And it's really nice because then they come out with these special edition, really cute compacts. I've got a really pretty 70s sunshine yellow retro one. And it's just super awesome to like touch up your sunscreen throughout the day. It's just perfect. And then you can't forget your lips. I also love the Fresh Lip Sugar. It has the SPF in it in rose. And it's nice because it's kind of sheer, but it also gives you just a little bit of color. It's just perfect because if you have too much makeup on when it's super hot outside, you just like can melt all over the place. So not a pretty picture. So anyway, I will have links to all these products in our lookbook for this episode of the show. But like I said, these are just the things that I happen to use. I'm sure y'all have your favorites too, and I'd love to hear about them. So if you have some favorite sunscreen products, go over to our Facebook page and post them up. So that's it for our very first Primpcast, and I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't get a chance, listen to our interview that we had with Karina Smirnoff. I posted that up last week, and we've got some more spa episodes coming up. And also some more kind of fun and crazy things I've been doing around LA, trying to get my shop and my YouTube channel and everything established. And if you want to see the progress on all that, you can check out our shops at Candy Holladay, and our YouTube channel is Candy Holladay on YouTube. So I hope to see you around the block, and thanks for tuning in. Bye!
Don't forget, you can shop the show and get the 411 on this episode at lifesaholladay.com. That's HOLLADAY.com. Meet Candy on Candy Holladay YouTube channel for more adventures. See you next holiday.